Hi guys, Alex Taylor down at 11 Golf Academy, and today we're going to test the Titleist TS3 against the 917 D3. Okay guys, so new manufacturers are always bringing out new product, and the 917 D3 from Titleist was a great, or still is a great driver. But I've tested TS3, the new model, and been really impressed with this. But let's see, it's been 2 years, so there should be some advancement in here, but let's hit them both side by side and see, is the newer product better than the old stuff? Okay guys, so we're going to go TS3 first. Both heads 9.5 degrees, same setting, A1, and I'm actually going to use the same shaft in both. I don't always agree that the same shaft in different heads works the same, but I've had a few comments lately that it's not fair if I don't put the same shaft in. This shaft, the hazardous smoke, works great in both of them, so I'm going to put this in both, but TS3 first. 5 real balls on GC2. Let's look at some ball flight, look at some numbers, and see, is the new product better than the old stuff? So, love the way TS3 looks behind the ball. Out of the two new models, this is definitely the one that fitted my eye most. So, good solid one, setting off just down the right. Turning over, but not quite as much as I would like, but it's big. And yes, we will take over 300 yards for my first one. And it's nice at the moment. I kind of feel that my little niggly injuries I've had lately are kind of subsiding. So I feel I can swing a little bit better. Hopefully that's going to result in more accurate shots. So setting off a little bit further right. Not turning over quite as much. Respectable, pretty average for me, that one. And again, really liking TS3, and I'm half tempted, as good as I've hit my Rogue Sub-Zero this year, very tempted that this might be going in the bag, but might do a little shootout between the two, see which one comes out on top, and see if this could replace my current driver. So that was set off a lot straighter. Again, not a huge amount of shape. And is this going to finish up dead straight? Pretty good. And even though these not really flush out the middle every time, good solid strikes, but not absolutely perfect. Still some really good consistency for the length I'm hitting these. But last couple, TS3. Again, setting off very similar to the last one, just turning a little bit more, but again, accuracy wise good. And another big one, quite 300. Do like that. Be interesting though, because as much as I do like this, I remember testing 917 and it was great. It was only that there was other products I felt maybe suited me a little bit more. So it will be interesting to see if there is much of a difference, if any, between this and 917. Setting off a little further right. Again, not a huge amount of shape, so more starting point, the challenge there. And again, over 290, solid stuff. Yep, so absolutely I would take all 5 of those. So let's swap over now from TS3. And the only reason I've got a shaft in the 917 is just when I was doing the thumbnail before, I wanted shafts sat in both of them. But let's swap those over. And it'll be interesting, any of you guys out there, you know, leave comments if you've done the same test, if you've had D3 and you've liked it, but kind of TS3's just been that little bit interesting for you. how's your difference gone with your fittings? Have you seen a difference or enough of a difference to make you change? Or have you stuck with 917? So, 5 balls again. And to be fair, this is going to have to perform very, very well. So shot 1, 917 D3. Okay, so setting off, a couple of yards right, trying to shape back, a little shorter on carry, just felt a bit bottomy with the strike. Just felt a little bit low on the face, but very centered. And I definitely think when I look down on the drivers, definitely prefer the darker finish of TS3. Just a little bit cleaner, maybe a bit more traditional looking. Just felt very similar strike, maybe just a little bit more towards the heel. Not shaping back quite as much. Again, I'd take that. That didn't feel a million miles different. So it'd be interesting when we look at numbers. I would suspect still good flights, but maybe just a little bit spinny on those first couple. So that one felt a little higher up the face, just turning a little bit more. Again, over 280. Oh, and it is nice feeling like I can swing the club how I'm used to swinging, rather than kind of just building a swing around a couple of little injuries. It's also nice for these videos, feeling I'm hitting some relatively accurate shots. That felt maybe a little bit towards the toe, launched high right. Oof, that is a biggie. Interesting to see what the spin is on that one. Solid, but not awesome, but seemed to go really well. And one final one with D3. So good solid strike. Accuracy really, really good. Maybe back a couple of yards on carry, but again, pleased with that. Right then guys, so I'd be pretty happy with all 5 with both driver there. So let's jump across. Obviously you've seen how the ball's been flying down the range there, but let's jump across, look at some numbers and look at pure performance of TS3 and 917 D3 drivers. Okay guys, so we look at the numbers and incredibly close. Club head speed almost identical, fractionally quicker on TS3 for whatever reason, and as a result of that, ball speed up a little bit as well. And the efficiency, it's saying there was more consistency out of TS3 than there was out of 917. And again, we have such small margins for there, it's frightening, but a little bit more consistent ball speed with TS3, which is what I saw with my initial testing. Launch just fractionally higher with TS3. I would just say from my perspective, the contact point on the face was just very, very slightly higher. And then as a result of that, the spin was very slightly lower. I hit TS3 slightly higher, but I saw 7 yards extra carry and 8 yards longer total. Accuracy wise, both as an average, pretty good, nice and straight or nice and accurate. But overall, yes, the new product in TS3 coming out very slightly on top. Okay guys, so we can see there, TS3 coming out just on top, but like I said, 917 D3 still a great product, great driver, and if you've got that, there's not necessarily any reason to be changing. I did see a bit more out of TS3, but we're talking millimeters in strike, and I suspect if I tested it again tomorrow, might get the same results, I might get even closer, or if the strikes were slightly worse on TS3, 917 might come out on top, but incredibly close. In my experience with fitting, I'm not seeing guys who have got product that's a year and 2 years old that's fitted correctly really needing to change. Some of you guys will change because you like having the latest products, but generally speaking, it's more those guys who have got drivers that are 4, 5 or older years that you see that real pickup because of the forgiveness and because of the technology in the heads. But guys, really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos as ever. Comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hope for the catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.